West Coast, best coast, East Coast sucks dick. This is Hang 10 with Quinn Kalani, your weekly Monday pick-me-up, get up with a glass of OJ, some scrambled eggs, and 2 sausage. The Rams, our Rams, your Rams, beat the Washington Football Club, who should really just change their name to the Washington Red Tails. It's right there. I've gone over that. But we beat the Washington Football Club 30-10, moving our record to 4-1, firmly in second place in the NFC West, behind, of course, the damned and dastardly Seattle Seahawks. Jared Goff today continued to be as accurate as I've seen him in his career. 21 for 30, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That was a bad decision, that throw. But all in all, Jared is continuing. He's rolling. And, I've been really impressed. Definitely not an MVP conversation. Definitely not there. But Pro Bowl conversation? All-Pro conversation? That's a conversation we could have. Spread the ball around, too. We had 7 different receivers today, or I guess yesterday, since it's coming out on Monday. So the offense is rolling, man. The offense is rolling. Running game was serviceable. Wasn't as explosive as it has been in weeks 1 and 2. We did see Cam Akers return from a rib injury that he had suffered 2 weeks ago, and he showed flashes of great potential. 6.8 yards per carry, and the longest run of the day, a 46-yard run, where he was sidestepping and eluding defenders. Probably our best aspect of this game, and honestly, one of the better aspects of our team, our franchise. Not surprising to me, perhaps surprising to you. Our defense continues to absolutely be stifling. Aaron Donald, AA, double nines, greatest defensive player in football of the last 10 years, maybe even 15. 4 sacks today. Troy Reeder, I want to give a shout out to Troy Reeder, who is filling in for an injured Micah Kiser this week at inside linebacker. 3 sacks. Team total today was 8 sacks. And this leads into our good of the game. Our defense is rolling. Our defense is stifling. It's just shut down. It's a hard climb to the top of Rams Mountain. And our defense from our front 7 is being supported by our back end superbly. Our defensive backs are playing awesome. 5 pass deflections this week. Joe Johnson III doing his thing at the safety position. Jordan Fuller coming back. He was injured the previous week as well. Looks like he may have re-injured his shoulder, which, is unfortunate, but we do have solid depth at the safety position. Taylor Rapp is a very serviceable safety who would be starting anywhere else in this league. And, of course, Jalen Ramsey, all-pro, stud, headhunter. Need to give a shout out to Darius Williams because I forgot to shout him out 2 weeks ago in our game last week in our game against the New York Giants when he, again, much like in his game against Philadelphia, secured the victory with a diving interception. So shout out to you, Darius Williams. The bad, if there is a bad, and it's a quibble, I do think we are progressively getting better, but we do need to finish our drives. Once we cross that 50-yard line into enemy territory, we need to drive it home. We need to get points on the board. If not 3, has to be 7. Has to be 7 at least. But it's a minor quibble. Anytime you put on 30 points on anybody, that's a victory. That's a good day. That's a complete sweep of the NFC East. Take that for what you will. Maybe the worst division in football. Carson Wentz making a case to get traded. Dak Prescott playing the Giants right now. As I'm watching this, he went down earlier in the game, carted off the field. So that's not a good look, especially in a contract year. I don't know what the final prognosis is on Dak Prescott and his injury status, but it didn't look good. And the Giants, sneaky team. The Giants seem to drag you into a dogfight almost every game. They somehow drag their opponents to their level, and that's not a good one. But next up for our Rams, we got Frisco. We got our northern rivals, our true in-state rivals, the San Francisco 49ers, our healthiest rivalry. Always a good game, always an astounding game. I remember what was it, the first or second year under Sean McVay's reign when they had first introduced the color rush jerseys, and we were wearing those god awful mustard color jerseys, and the Niners were wearing like an all red. It was like a ketchup mustard bowl, and it was a insane game. Insane game. Both teams over 30 points, multiple turnovers, multiple lead changes. Frisco isn't having their best year this year. Man, they've taken some pretty hard injuries. Nick Bosa probably being first and foremost. But never sleep on San Francisco. Never sleep on San Francisco, man. Besides that, it's been a pretty chill week, academically speaking. Balls deep into midterms. I have a tendency to wait till the last moment to commit to it. So I've been grinding out a 6-page essay today. I'm almost done with it right now. Taking a little bit of a break. I'm a last minute kind of guy. Save me for the end and let me knock it out the park. I'm bloviating now. Watch me get a C- on this. But besides that, super chill. It's hard to talk about what's going on in the world and not get political. I don't like getting political. Not here. Not on this podcast. So what I will talk about is an experience I had this weekend. My first experience with CBD. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a Jedi in the THC game, but I had never tried or had any interest in trying CBD. My local coffee store is called Smoky's Pipe and Coffee. I just go there for a hemp and honey, little 16 ounce hitter, straight to the brain, wake me up. And I'd always knew, but I guess curiosity got the better of me because I asked them about their CBD products. Girl at the counter says, "We're selling CBD pre-rolls 2 for $10. All right, give me 4. So I drop the 20 piece, get my hemp and honey, and I'll roll out. And I'm like, well, all right, let me spark this mug up. Let me try. Let me see what it's about. So I do, and I'm chilling underneath some trees, observing how the sunlight refracts through the leaves, which is one of my cues to gauge my marijuana intoxication level. I look at a sunbeam through a birch lens, and if I can see the veins and the capillaries of said leaves, then all right. The color green pops for me whenever I'm smoking ganj. The color green and blue pop hard, pop off. So the first one had got me there. I was kind of, had a little shoulder shimmying going on. I was listening to Bound 2 by Kanye, by Yeezy, and I was feeling pretty good. I wasn't quite at the level where I wanted to be, and I always want to be at the deepest level. The ninth circle of hell kind of level, where it's cold. It ain't hot down there. And so I sparked another one, and it completely negated the effects of the first one, which were minimal. They were there, but they were absolutely minimal. And yeah, I don't know if I'm on board this CBD train. I don't know if I believe the hype. I'm sure there's health benefits. In fact, I'm absolutely positive there's health benefits. Why else would they be perpetuated so by the king of the north, Nate Diaz? I don't know. But for me, it wasn't doing it for me. And maybe it is because I'm such an experienced Jedi when it comes to THC. My expectations were perhaps maybe a bit too high. But I don't know. It says it helps with inflammation and anxiety, sleeping, these sort of things. I feel some anxiety every now and then. I can't tell you if I felt any yesterday. I can't recall what I ate for breakfast yesterday. Had a little bit too many Long Island iced teas at the end of the day. But my overall prognosis of CBD is I give it, two Larry David. Meh. Okay. Meh. That's what it gets. 2 mess. Could be better. They need to add a bit more spice on that thing. Juice it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. As we come to the close of this episode, do need to highlight perhaps the most spectacular knockout of the year. Holy shit. I did not watch the latest UFC fight card. I went out Saturday night, went to a local sports bar here, and now that things are starting to open up, and just kind of, soaked it in. Took in the bar life again. About 6-7 Long Island iced teas, deep. $8 pitchers. Not bad. Anyway, Joaquin Buckley KOs Impa Kasanganay with a 360-degree spinning heel kick for your knockout of the year. What had happened is that Butler throws like it was kind of like a side kick, might have been a teep kick to Impa's midsection. Impa catches it and starts to push it outside of his frame. And as he has a hold of his ankle, Joaquin just fucking hits the B button. Complete 360-degree spin. Fucking heel to face. Blast Kasanganay out cold. Rigor mortis. Stiff as a board. Nasty technique. Nasty. Very immensely impressive. I have never heard of Joaquin Buckley. I certainly know of him now. Gnarly job. 100 congratulations. That definitely gets a chef's kiss. But what I also want to highlight is Impa Kasanganay's his reaction to his defeat. I've said multiple times on the Closers podcast, which you can find every Wednesday via YouTube, via Spotify, via Apple Pods, the Closers podcast, that MMA is the greatest sport in the world. Part of the reason that I believe that is the martial arts aspect of it. And that was on full display Saturday night in Kasanganay's reaction to his own defeat. To being on SportsCenter, to being a highlight. And I want to read you his post now because I thought it was so beautiful. This is his reaction to his defeat, directly to Joaquin, and I quote, "God bless you. It was an honor to step in the octagon with you and to do what I love. Safe travels to you and your team. Beautiful shot. Way to fight. I will improve." Come on. That is what you want to hear. That is all you need to hear. Beautifully said. Gracious in defeat, but not lacking in confidence. I think both these guys have a pretty bright future. And I look forward to seeing how they progress in their mixed martial arts journey. But anyway, this is perhaps where the outro would start to play, the outro music. As always, I just want to say to you guys, God bless you. Stay safe. Stay smart. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, the Closers podcast. Very special guest. Really fun episode. I highly recommend it. And as always, you can find me and you can follow me on Instagram at Quintessential39. It's Quintessential with 2 N's. It's a bit of a wink and a nod. And of course, you can follow all of our content at the Closers Podcast on Instagram. Check out our bio. We got a link to everything where you can find Hang 10, Closers Podcast Wednesdays, and closing out the week with Marcos on Friday. Can't highly recommend checking all that good shit. All that good shit. Look at all our shit. We got 3 episodes a week. Shit. Check all that stuff out. As always, God bless. Stay safe. Stay smart. and I shall talk to you guys next Monday. I'm out.